What is going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a good day. We got some major news coming tonight. Trump speaking. So that will be fun to see what the markets do. Last time Trump tweeted. What's up, Jose? How are you? What's up, Adele? Last time Trump tweeted, we had a bit of a conniption, if you will. It was certainly interesting to say the least. So, we're going to see what happens here today. Hopefully it's a little bit different. Therouk, what's up, man? How are you? Jan, how you doing? Good to see everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. But we got, what is he speaking in 28 minutes? So we're not getting in anything till then. I do want to talk about price action right now. So where's the trade that we were... So earlier today. Let's look at this together, right? We're not in this trade anymore. We got out at break even. Nice, Jose. It was a beautiful day today. I actually sat by the pool for a whole 15 minutes today. After doing the steam room and the sauna. Nice little 30-minute relaxation in between working all day. But anyway, let's talk about price action here, guys. What is going on? So, it's been a little weird. I will agree with you. Let's talk about why I took this trade today. And again, we already got out of this. We're not in it. We had a clear uptrend here that was established, right? On the 4-hour time frame, this is your uptrend. Next, we had a massive break of structure and rejection of this fair value gap right here. Here was your break of structure. Huge red candle with no bottom, which means it was straight selling pressure. It's a shaved bottom. Sydney, what's up, man? How are you? Shaved bottom. That indication right there on the 4-hour and this indication on the 1-hour right here, when we got in, would show that this is in a downtrend. So it wicked all the way up to here and wicked all the way down to here, but it's still right back where we entered. Very interesting price action these past couple weeks. Yeah, there's really nothing else to say about it. Just interesting. Our typical setups are netting us like 7 to 8 pips and then going the other way. So we're going to watch what happens here with Trump's speech. It's not the system. It's the way the market's moving. Again, we have very strict rules. So, you know, we're not going to change those because of weird market movement. That's just the ebbs and flows of the market. But a couple charts I do have my eye on. GBP JPY is on a strong uptrend here. We did break the previous highs of the top of this W pattern here. Coming back to reject right now. Mission Crowny, what's going on? How are you? Looking at this right here, I think we may see some rejection down to this yellow line before we see it go back up. We're going to wait for it to fully reject, just like it did here, where it came and broke through the CMA. We're going to wait for something like that before we get in buys, okay? USD JPY. So on the 4-hour chart, I'd like to take a look at this one first. On the 4-hour chart, obviously extremely bullish. You had a zone that we broke through last night that you all are aware of because this was where our stop loss was. It cleared through it actually this morning. Cleared through it. We have what looks like trying to have some retracement. I think we may end up seeing this high again. This high again. This area. I think we may end up seeing that area by the end of the night. But again, it's going to depend largely on what happens with Trump's speech here. If you head over to Forex Factory, all it says is an orange folder saying President Trump speaks. And that's actually in 14 minutes. EuroCAD. Yeah, we can take a look at that. Sure. Just keep in mind, we won't be doing anything until after the speech. Because he moved the entire market last week with that tweet. Every single chart had a reaction to his tweet. And that's something that not many people can do. So, yeah, I see what you're looking at here on this head and shoulders on the 4 hour. What's up, Miguel? Right there. That would be your spot. We're going to want to make sure that it does break this low. So, you want to see it break where that was. This is what you're going to want to wait for. Break of this low right here, this zone. Then you can get in sells from here to here. But again, that's the 4 hour. That might take a while. You know what I mean? There's also no volume in EuroCAD, but it's still not a bad trade. It only has 1.9k volume, where your other pairs have a lot more. AUDJPY, this is the setup that I'm looking at for tonight. We had a break of structure like we talked about the other night, because this is back near March 23rd, a couple days ago. Break of structure right here. The retest. And now you should see it move down this way, but we haven't broke this key level in a long time. We have not broke that key level. I would like to see it break that key level before we got anything. That key level is roughly 35 pips away. You could sell down to that. Again, a lot of it's going to depend on the speech here. GBP AUD on a consistent uptrend for roughly 7 days. So almost a week of straight uptrend bullish movement. So when we look at something like that, you're going to want to look for a reversal or continue the uptrend after it retests the key zone. It looks like we may get a possible retest right here, but it's holding above this zone right here, which leads me to believe that our next key zone is certainly in play, and you're looking at roughly 85, 128, 245, but realistically, on this 4 hour time frame, 70 pips is your next level right here. So your next level is really realistically 70 pips right there. Euro JPY. I have this trade drawn up as well. So same concept here. We had a break of structure right here. It broke above the previous resistance, and it's now settled in consolidation over it. Because of that, we should see that move. We would need to see a break of these highs, this key zone right here, in order to get in this for take buys up that way. David, what's up, man? How are you? Welcome. Good to see you. So there's my analysis on Euro JPY. I do love the chart. Just want to make sure it's not dropping down on us. And these are all on the 4 hour charts that we're looking at right now. GBP USD. So this is a chart that we talked about earlier. Again, break of structure right in this area. So you stayed within the channel this whole time, and then we broke the structure right here. We came back down to retest it. We went back up. Now we're coming back down again to retest this zone. Not 100% sure what this chart's going to do. If we can get a clean rejection right in this area and see some bullish movement, we could target this 1344 area, this 13502 area, this 135752 area. Certainly different areas we could target on that. But again, I'm not liking necessarily what's happening right here. It looks like it might come right back into the zone. Again, we're going to see what happens here soon. GBP NZD. This was a trade that we did well on last week. Still maintaining this uptrend in this channel. We've got our key levels marked up here. Key levels. Wow. Key levels. Lisp there. Our key levels are marked. Waiting to see what happens here. Our next zone is up here. So your next zone possibility to hit would be up there. However, it never did come down and touch this channel here. So that could be something that we're looking at to see if it's going to come back down. But this is a massive bullish chart right now. Wouldn't really want to bet against this kind of uptrend, especially on a 4-hour chart. You know, something like this is obviously extremely bullish and moving toward the upside. Same concept, talking about pretty much the same thing again here, Euro AUD. These are all the same concepts that we're looking at. Every chart is very similar right now. In a consolidation period, above or below a key zone, we're waiting to see if they're actually going to break out or if they're going to keep going downward here. Really no indication yet. Euro NZD ended up staying along this. We could actually edit this to kind of be right there. No, it broke outside of it. There's no denying that. There was your channel, your break of structure, and then the complete opposite. So let's take a look at Euro NZD and Euro GBP because these two have something very in common. On the 4-hour time frame, we had a uptrend with a break of structure and then rejection. It didn't continue down on the break of structure. Euro GBP, same thing. Uptrend, break of structure, should have continued down, did not. Kept moving up this way. These two charts are very similar. Oops, sorry. Yeah, these two charts are very similar right now. So, very interesting in terms of what we're seeing and price action movement. But there's my analysis on these charts right now. That's what we're looking at. No, personal account there, Tiger. Or John. I don't trade. No, I do not trade prop firms. Just personal capital. We're going to head to Twitter here to see what the Trump speech is going to do here. The Twitter sphere loves to talk about all things news. But we got 7 minutes until he gets on here. What is everybody using to watch it? You guys just watching it on TV? Can't change it midstream, man. All right, so we got our 4-5 charts that we're looking at for tonight. We're just going to see what happens here. So let's look at, let's see here. So according to Forex Factory, he is due to speak at the National Republican Congressional Committee annual fundraising dinner. So that is where he's speaking. There's no telling what he's going to say, and I think that's the wild card here. Oh, nice. You got it up on YouTube? Good. The thing is, there's no telling with that guy. Like, he has PR training, a ton of PR training, but he goes off script all the time. And I think that is why we've been seeing the economic uncertainty here, and investors and traders kind of just sitting on their hands, really, waiting to figure out what happens, because this is a very fluid situation right now. There's There's no definitive of this is what's happening. That's not a thing right now. So, with that being said, you know, we do need to be a little careful in what's going on here. I think we'll know within 5-10 minutes of his speech what he says regarding it. I think we're going to see that. So, we're going to look at gold and US dollar to USD JPY to measure what's happening here. Jan, you said you have a live feed of it? I'd love to be able to get that up. Let's see here. According to oh, nice. Yeah, watching somebody's live about it. That makes sense. Let's see here. I'm just trying to read what people are speculating here. The problem is that people are speculating that it's not supposed to be political. Like, he's speaking at a conference. At a dinner, I should say. The annual fundraising dinner for the Republicans. But, like I said, he just goes off script, so you never know what he's going to say. He may just mention something about Iran or mention something about troops, gas, what America's currently doing right now. But I do like GJ buys, I like Euro JPY buys, I like AUD JPY sells, and I like GBP USD buys if we get rejection. Those are what we're looking at right now. We'll see if we get the kind of movement we're looking for. But on the 1 hour, that is currently what we're looking at. There's not a lot of volume in the market right now either, which tells me people are sitting and waiting. Andrew, what's going on, man? Yeah, I like the GJ buys too. We're just waiting for the retracement here so we don't get stuck in drawdown. I think realistically holding above this key level right here, this 212629, is going to be key if we can do that over the next hour. Yeah, Aloha, I agree with you, man. I mean, it's not really a war, but yeah, I agree with you. The turmoil in the Middle East. Good to see you guys. We got like the whole crew here tonight. Jose, Adele, Jan, Daruk, Sydney, Mission Crowney, Miguel, David, Tiger, Andrew, Aloha. Man, we got everybody here tonight. That's so nice of you. That makes me smile. Thanks, Jose. Good to have you here. Mark Lordpo, what's up, man? How are you? How are you doing, Mark? Hope you're having a good day, Mark. I'm looking on Twitter to see like if anybody's saying anything about it, but you guys seeing anything? Because I'm not. I mean, it's not a war. You don't have boots on the ground, but we're not deploying troops. There was a stealth mission to take out plants and like major command bases. It was a stealth bombing. It wasn't. There's no war, but nobody's really tweeting about it. I can't find anything. Let's see. YouTube live. Trump speech live right now. Trump praises strong talks with Iran.
I took my Instagram story views from.
Let's see here. Oh, this is it. Hold on. I'm going to pause this music. I think I found it.
And some of the worst people on earth they allowed to come into our country. We're getting a lot of them out. We've made a big dent. And the self-deportation is something nobody talks about, but literally millions of people are self-deporting because they don't want to be captured. Once they're captured, they don't have the chance to self-deport. And they never have the chance to come back into our country. We took the worst border in the history of our country, and in a period of 2 months, we turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. During this time, we've also achieved a 50% drop in the amount of fentanyl coming across the border, and China is working with us very closely on bringing down the number and the amount of fentanyl that's being shipped. You know,
You guys can hear
fentanyl
this,
is
right?
very bad when you mix it with certain ingredients, but it also is very important for medicine, for anesthesias, various other things. I want people to understand that it's not made necessarily for bad. When
Here.
it's mixed with certain things, it becomes bad, and that's what's taking place in Mexico. And we've got it down to a much lower number, not satisfactory, but it will be satisfactory.
It says
soon. In
live,
May,
but I don't know if this is
we
live.
executed the largest fentanyl bust in the history of the U.S., seizing 3 million fentanyl pills all at one time. Think of that, 3 million pills. It's amounted to billions of
Yeah, I
dollars
moved it
worth
up.
of drugs. And last month we seized another 1.7 million fentanyl pills in the state of Colorado,
I
the
don't think
poorly
this
run
is
state
now.
of Colorado, with a governor who's incompetent, and frankly with a governor that won't allow our wonderful Tina to come out of a jail, in a high-intensity jail, because she caught people cheating on an election, and they said she was cheating. She wasn't cheating. She went over, she looked at
I don't know if this is now because he's
election
supposed to be at an
scams
annual
going
dinner.
on. And because she did that, they put her in jail for 9 years.
All right, we're not listening to this anymore. I don't think it's now, but regardless, if that was right now, I think we'd be seeing some shit on this market, on this chart right now. I don't think that's right now. I think that was his that was his last speech, and someone's streaming it live right now to get the views. I don't know if there's even cameras in there, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a Republican myself here, but I don't agree with everything he says. But again, we're not getting into politics on here. There is zero volume in this market right now. 9K, 9K, 7K. Granted, we're only 30 minutes in, but there is like no volume. Nothing's moving. I think everyone's sitting on their hands. Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. People get ugly when you talk about politics and religion. Two things I steer clear from unless I'm with a very, very tight-knit friend group, which is like 2 people, 3 people. Nope. You bring it up at work, it's bad news. You bring it up amongst a larger group of friends, it's bad news. People start getting all butt hurt. You know, you got the side talking about saving on taxes, and you got the side talking about abortion. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Nope. That's a quick way to get me all fired up. I have my opinions, but I will keep them to myself. Nothing like a little bit of fire. Yeah. Hey, we just hit 1,700 subs. Thanks, guys. 1,700 subscriptions. Yeah, you guys know. This volume is abysmal. The only thing that's got some volume is gold right now. Even that's not even moving. Oh, agreed. Yeah, I agree with you there. Business, no doubt. Stands on that for sure. Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, he's never going to. Love the guy, but like he's never going to. Thanks, Sydney. Good to see you, man. Enjoy your day at sea, my good sir. I mean, there's just no volume coming in. I can't imagine he would speak for that long at a fundraising dinner. I mean, I'm sure he's got some key points to hit on. But who knows? Obviously, he's the main speaker, so let's check it out. Impacts. See what the good old interwebs have to say. Realistic market impact framework for tonight's fundraiser speech by Donald Trump, especially from a trader's perspective. Baseline expectation muted unless new policy is announced. So historically, Trump speeches, even major ones, don't move the markets unless there's a new or unexpected policy. Obviously, he's not going to talk about policy change. But what can move the markets is tariffs and trade policies, hawkish trade talk, USD up, dovish, easy tone, risk on, stocks and crypto up, tax cuts if he talks about that, S&P 500 and the dollar goes up. Energy is based on geopolitical, as you guys know. Oil and the Canadian dollar tend to have inflation fears. Obviously, risk off gold and JPY. Japanese yen's major importer of oil. GJ? Yeah, I'm looking at it. Was that the week chart? Yeah, going back to... Actually, that's the 9th of February. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, the 11th. Yeah, TP1 that we have set as TP1 right here, this 330 line, 213, 330. Yeah, I mean, that's going back to the 11th. So that's 2 weeks back from today exactly as the high. Yeah, the zone that I had marked was a little higher than that on back to February. I see what you're saying there, Mio. That makes total sense. You know what you're talking about, Bitcoin. Yeah, that thing's ranging. I mean, holy range. What has it been? Pretty much between that. I mean, that 68 number was yesterday. Yesterday it dropped to like 68, 69.2, 69.3. Today it went all the way up to 72. But yeah, it's just ranging there, Mr. Dope Smokes. Just a ton of ranging. AUD-JPY chart, the low that we're looking at here is going back to the 23rd. Before that, last time it was down there was the 6th. But yeah, everything that I'm reading though, during speech it's choppy. Immediately after, fake outs are common. Best is to wait for Asian session open, but obviously he spoke right as the Asian session was opening. But the suggested and most promoted thing here says that scenario 1 that's most probable is nothing new, campaign style speech, markets equal chop and low conviction. So I mean, we haven't moved a point here. Look at these minute candles. I mean, we haven't moved more than, in the past 4 hours and 42 minutes, we haven't moved more than 6 plus like 9, 12 pips in the last 4 hours. We've had a total of, all right, 15 pips of movement. That's the minute chart right there, guys. That's just 4 hours straight of consolidation. There's not much going on there. Same with all these pairs. I mean, all these pairs are the 5 minute right here. I mean, if you measure these out, going back to a day ago, well, there was some movement here, 30 pips that way and 20 pips that way, so 50 pips. But again, for a daily range, that's really, really low, like in terms of movement. So like if we go to the 4 hour, like the consolidation that we're seeing on these 4 hour charts right here over the past 1 day, GJ kind of the same thing over the past, really, I mean, 40 pips over 2 full days. That's not normal. Euro JPY, same thing, is 1 day of consolidation. AUD JPY, you've had consolidation right here, which was a total of 60 pips for 2 days, 2.5 days, almost 3 days. So when you're looking at the actual movement that each day has, the lows and the highs of the sessions, and we can obviously put that on here. Look how tight they are. I mean, they're tight. We're not getting a lot of movement here. From Asian session high to New York session low was 52 pips. Hard to make money there. What's up, Nene? Yeah, we had a storm hit us. Take out like a transformer or something. Major with the max dropouts. That's not good. Yeah, so like, again, same thing here, guys. Like, Asian range high, New York session low. Like, not a lot of movement. 39 pips between open and close on the sessions here. This one's a little bit more expanded. 73 pips between sessions. But again, hard to catch moves like that. Like, you can certainly drop down to the lower time frames. But look at those last 4 hours and 45 minutes. Again, same thing. Charting sideways. On USD JPY, we've gotten a total of... Oh, thank you. A total of... like 4 pips. Past hour. We're still not getting volume in. I'll tell you what I think. I think I'm thinking what you guys are thinking. I don't think I'm touching anything tonight, to be honest with you. There's no volume and there's no direction of what's going on. And we don't necessarily have any idea what he's saying without trying to dig deeper to find this actual speech live, if it is live. What are you guys thinking? That's what I'm thinking. I don't think it's worth the risk. Schubert, what's up? We're not in anything, Schubert. There has been no movement in the markets on all these charts over the past. We were looking at it. There's been like no movement. Like your Asian highs and your London lows have had minimal movement over the past full day. A lot of consolidation here. 50 pips of consolidation. Yeah, I like that one. I have it set up. He's just speaking at the National Republican Committee annual fundraising dinner. Yeah, I'll give it till 8 o'clock. What time frame is that on, Miguel? It doesn't show me on your chart. Yeah, it didn't get much movement. Like I said, we've settled above key levels on all these. We're just getting no fucking volume at all. Yeah, there's just no movement. There you go, Andrew. On NQ. Because I was even looking at USD JPY buys to fill the zone up here. Just to test these. We closed above. I mean, it's creating a wick. Halfway down the body here, we can see it possibly. We're all traders. We're all traders, guys. No need to segregate. Even that's not moving. It's just sitting. I think it's been beating everybody's ass. Yeah, tag me in. What's going on? How are you? Loyalty to Hill. It's actually risotto and grilled chicken. We've been doing. We haven't even gained more than really 1,000 or 1,500 of volume on any of these pairs. The only one that I like in terms of structure, like for at least some movement, is nice. Yeah, you've been doing some trading. How's it been for you? I think like AUD JPY is the only thing that I actually like. Dino Nuggets and a Capri Sun, that's funny. I think this is the one that we're going to watch tonight. Again, the low was the 23rd. And you're looking at March 5th through the 7th is when it was here last. Thoughts on bind? What is that, Mike? Beyond Meat, the stock. Well, it looks like it's absolutely taking a dump. But it's at a heavy support here. I mean, this support zone right here is... It's a meme stonk. I don't think Beyond Meat is. I think that's a real company, isn't it? Heavy support there. I mean, if it drops below 50 cents... I don't think it's ever been below 50 cents. Oh my gosh. It was at in July of 2019, it was at 240 bucks. It spiked again in February of 21, and now it's just... Yeah, not something I would look at. Yeah, or they could do a split. They could have the shares and do a split and royally screw everyone and the value of the stock. I was day trading a stock called Genus, GNUS, a couple years ago. And the same thing happened. It spiked really high. I got in when it was low, and then they halved shares. All my shares were worth nothing. We've been doing iffy. I want nothing to do with the SEC, so I would never. Nothing to do with the SEC. I mean, even that movement that we were talking about on AUDJPY is just so minimal right now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm down this week for sure. I don't know anything about it there, Loyalty. Oh, apparently I did know something about it at one time. No, that can't be right. That's got to be a glitch. Unless someone asked me to look at this. No, I'm not looking at no Bangladeshi stocks. Love you, Adele, but we're not looking at Bangladeshi stocks. This movement is abysmal. Let's see here. AUD USD to finish out the zone there. Could go for... It's not a bad trade. NZD USD. They all look the same as the AUD JPY chart. Very similar, at least. I mean, yeah, I see what you're seeing. To catch some movement down to... Could see it come down for 38.43 pips. Yeah, that happens, loyalty, with some with stocks, you know. That happens. That's why I don't really day trade them anymore. I used to just trade pre-market on Webull. Pre-market on Webull is where the movement is for the New York Stock Exchange. You can start at 6:30 in the morning. 3 hours before New York session open. If I see anything, guys, I'll let you know. But I don't think we're taking a trade tonight. If we get some volume in, I'm gonna set some. I'm gonna set like one or two. Yeah, if we touch this, I'm gonna set like one or two alerts. If we come back up to here, I'm gonna set a couple alerts here, and I'll let you guys know if I just don't see the volume, and it's, to me, I'm not forcing a trade. You know what I mean? No sense in forcing a trade. Yeah, the volatility's been pretty high, especially pre-market there. I'll be watching AUD, JPY, and GJ. And that's really it. I'll be watching those, and GBP USD. So I'm going to be watching 3 guys, but there's just no volume here. So that's going to be it for me tonight, guys. I appreciate everybody coming. We had the whole crew here tonight, though. It was nice to see everybody. We had Jose, we had Jan, Miguel, Adele, Schubert, Loyalty, haven't seen you in a while, Andrew, Aloha, Mike Freeman, Andre, Jan, the trend trader. Yeah, we had everybody. So Nene, there you go. Good to see you too. I appreciate you guys as always. Not much we can do about no volume. So enjoy the rest of your nights, and we shall be back tomorrow. Nightbot, yeah, don't forget about Nightbot. All right, guys, have a good night. Have a good one, guys.